I don't want it if God didn't send it. So what's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, this is another Sunday's Best video, and I want to share with you guys 3 things that I have stopped doing since I started this new walk with Christ. Before I start, I want to say that some of these things have kind of been in the making before my walk with Christ started. And then just as my walk with Christ has been transforming and kind of, doing its thing, these things have really just taken a new life, if that makes sense. So the first one is cursing. I hate to say this, but I cursed, make sure I put the D on the end. I cursed like a sailor. So I have grown up in a household where my parents tried not to say too many curse words, but they do say curse words, and I just kind of picked those things up, not from them really, but more so from the kids that I went to school with. And then when I went to college, girlfriend, it got so out of hand. I remember the first day I came home from college and I said a cuss word in front of my mom. I thought she was gonna punch me in the face. She just looked at me. And I wouldn't say that she was okay with it, but she kind of felt like, you're an adult. Like, if those are the words that you choose to use, I don't approve of them, but it is what it is. So when I say I curse like a sailor, I was saying curse words in like every sentence. So bad that when I started working at my jobs in the school system, I really had to edit myself because the things that I was saying out of my mouth, I was like, ooh, so it started there. But when I was out in my free time, I was so unfiltered, just such a nasty, disgusting mouth. And now, since March, because I tried to task myself, since May. Since May, I tried to task myself with saying less curse words. And I've gotten to a point where I'm probably at I've said maybe 100 to 150 curse words on an accident. They were all on an accident. After I said, I was like, oh. But I've said probably about 150 curse words since May. And for anyone who knows me personally and used to see me on a regular basis and knew the kind of mouth that she had on her, I think that you would be surprised. One of my mentors, sorry, I gotta clean my glasses. One of my mentors, she used to always tell me, watch your mouth, watch your mouth, watch your mouth. And since I've been, having conversations with her on the phone through all of this and during all of this, if I accidentally slip up and say a cuss word while I'm driving, she'll be like, I haven't heard you say that in a long time. You were doing so good, So it's probably been about 150 words since I got started with this journey. And I'm just going to continue to try to keep moving forward and doing the best that I can. But girl, let me tell you, picking different words is the crazy part. So sometimes I'll say, oh my goodness, or my dog is barking. But yeah, so I will say things like, oh my goodness, or geez, instead of, oh, S word. Or sometimes I'll just say the letter, which when I say the letter, I count that as having said a cuss word because I couldn't even figure out something to correct it with. So that's one thing that I have done to try and change the person that I was being or had become. The second one is the music that I listen to in my car. So for For the last year, I would say, prior to COVID, the only time that I was really listening to anything in my car was if I had other people in my car, or well, I guess the only time I was really listening to music at all, it's like if I was watching a YouTube video and, you know, they had music on their channel, or if I was doing volleyball practice and the kids wanted to listen to music, or if they did really well and I would let them listen to music after games when we were cleaning up and stuff like that, I would allow them to listen to music. But it was all music that I had screened. But aside from that, like in my car, I was saying that I had stopped listening to music in my car. Sometimes I would listen to podcasts. Sometimes I would let YouTube videos play while I was, you know, driving. But overall, I had just stopped listening to music in my car. And let me tell you the reason. I was tired of the things that musicians and artists today were talking about. Like, no one had a positive message. Everything was F this and F that, and, you know, I'm doing this person, or I'm married, or I'm messing with this married man, or it was just really disgusting. What music has turned into is sad. So I was just kind of done with it, just kind of over the whole thing. And I made the decision to just stop listening to music in my car. I don't even listen to gospel music in my car. Sometimes I will like listen to podcasts, or I will listen to YouTube, or I will listen to my thoughts, or I will pray to God. I'll talk to God on my way to different places, usually in the mornings at 5:45 when I'm going to work. But just silence is better than the things that were being put into my spirit. Because I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you heard something and then it just kind of was the soundtrack for your whole day. And if you put something negative inside of yourself for the beginning of the day, that soundtrack was replaying and replaying negative thoughts and replaying negative intentions and replaying negativity. And I wanted that to cease in my life. And granted, there are some days where I'll get a song stuck in my head from nowhere. Literally, I didn't hear it. Somebody will say a word and it'll trigger a song memory, and I'm like, not of God, let it go. Not of God, let it go. And my favorite song to put in my heart when those things come around is Something About the Name Jesus. That is like definitely one of my favorite ones to just put in my mind when the soundtrack that's playing in my head is not of God. Okay, and so the very last one is I have changed the way that I date. I have been an avid online dater since I was 22 years old. I am 31 now. I have met so many people online, people that I never would have met any other way. I have had so many relationships with so many people online. Again, people that I never would have met any other way. And I got to the point where I don't want it if God didn't send it. Like, if God didn't send you, my friend, I don't want you. There's nothing you can do for me. I want the next relationship that I'm in to be a relationship that is furthering the kingdom of God. And if that is not the purpose, it's not for me. If he don't love Jesus, he can't love me. I really used to waste a lot of time with a lot of different people. I would have, 7 or 8 different people in my phone texting me at the same time. And I just can't stand the whole re-getting to know you, re-talking about, do you love Jesus? Oh, that's not really my thing. And then still trying to give them a chance. Like, I'm so done with purposeless dating. It's just not even funny. I've gotten to a point where if a man comes into my life, I would give you some story times, but I'm gonna refrain from doing that, because if those men see these videos, they will be so upset that I shared this information. But I have gotten to a point where I will ask God, like, if he comes into my life, he seems interested, and whatever the case is, I go straight to God in my journal, and I'm like, Lord, did you send this man? Because if you did not send this man, Lord, I want you to remove him just as quickly as he came. And I wait for God to speak. And it's gotten to a point where these things happen in threes. God will either send him away in 3 weeks, 3 days, or 3 months. That is what I have kind of gotten accustomed to. And so I guess as people come into your life, I've started to actually pray these prayers about my friends as well. As people come into your life, you kind of wonder, are they meant to be there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime? And when you ask God and you're willing to listen, he'll give you the answer. So those are the 3 things that I have stopped doing or changed the way that I look at since I have begun my walk with Christ. Again, they were the language that I speak, what I listen to or what I put into my spirit, and the people that I surround myself with. So if you like this video and you would like to see more videos similar to this one, please subscribe down below and let me know in the comment sections, what changes have you made to your life since you've begun your walk with Christ. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.